Okay, guys, welcome to day 6. This is where the action starts. Okay, you're going to see how do we create our own sales funnel in a software called ClickFunnels. Okay, and so what we will do is we'll cover how to create an opt-in lead capture funnel. How can we create it from a template? We'll create a custom funnel, which is our own design. Then we'll also provide you with a link for your own 14-day trial for ClickFunnels software. Okay, so let's go ahead and understand uh, what is this opt-in lead capture funnel. On the day 5, you had already covered different types of funnels. Okay, just to give you, we had covered opt-in lead capture funnel, sales funnel, webinar funnel, auto webinar funnel, membership funnel, the launch funnel, and the custom funnel. Okay, and I had provided you a link on the day 5 next to the day 5 video that we had where you could go and see all these funnels. Okay, and so let's get into the software itself and then we will see. So let's understand first what is this opt-in lead capture funnel would look like. So the first page would be, we can call it as a squeeze page or a landing page or opt-in page, which will normally have some kind of a headline, which will be talking about the catchy headline which will attract them. And then we'll ask them to have some name or email ID with some submit button. And then the next page will bring them to a thank you page. Okay. Now let's look at in the software how does it look like. Okay. So let me give you an example of what I have something called. So this is a software called ClickFunnels. You would log in with once you create your own login from the ClickFunnels software. I'll walk you through that, how do you do that in a separate video. Then you can, so once you log into the one, this is your page would look like something like this, which is like the dashboard page. Okay, and then you go here on the menu, on the top you will have ClickFunnels, you have Actionetics, you have Backpack. I'll be explaining them in more details later, but right now our focus is to create our own funnel. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go through this browse funnel. Let's see how quickly we can create something new. The good part in this is you can have your own. So here you can see all the funnels which are already there for me. So I'm going to take you example of, let's say, .com secrets book funnel. Okay, see how does it look like. So this is, once I click on that, I get into the editor, which shows me on the left hand side what are the funnel steps which are there. Right on the top you see steps, the statistics, the contacts, and the settings. And then you have something called overview, automation, publishing. Right now let's not get into these more detail. Let's look at how we can do. So this, if I see this funnel, I preview it here. So this is how it looks like. So if you see here, there is a headline, there is a sub-headline, then there is another block of text here, there is a video, then we ask for the name and the email ID, then there is a button which says click here to get your free copy, and some disclaimers here or something about privacy and about your company, it could be something here, right? Just to give you an idea of how does an opt-in page would look like, right? And as soon as a person clicks here, right now I think it takes, so if I click on this, what it does, it says submit, it is capturing my email ID and name into the email list, and then it will take me to the next page, which could be, right now I think I have given a link of the .com secrets affiliate link here directly, where it will ask you for your shipping information, and then you can, okay, and of course it will have some video, and then you can take it to the next. So if you see, this is a big page. It's also like an opt-in page, but with a lot of information about the offer. And so here it is more like a huge, is talking about why you should go for .com secrets, what are the credentials, what are the other people talking about. Okay, So, and here what you see is the video is actually scrolling, is visible to you even if you are scrolling up and down. Okay. Then it has a button for, okay, show me your free copy, ship my free copy. It basically asks you to give, it is a free book with some shipping cost. Okay. So if you're in US, the shipping cost could be something like $8 to $10. If you're outside US, it could be around $20. Right? So this is the opt-in page for, right, .com secrets book. Okay. Now let's go back to. So I'm going to just switch off the video here. Okay. I'm just going to stop this, and let's go to the ClickFunnels software again. So this is what it is. However, I have created a thank you page and I'm going to show you how it looks like. So there are 2-3 ways you can create. So this is just to give you an idea how does an opt-in. So or there could be something like a thank you page. So if you click on this thank you page here, you can see how does it look like. So basically, after you click on the opt-in page, it can take you to this thank you page, right, where it says okay, and then I'm just looking at the review. Looks like the network is a bit slow, guys, here. Sorry for that. Okay. So what it is doing is it is showing me how does the thank you page look like. So here could be something like simple like this. It has my logo here, right? Then it says thank you for signing up, you know, and it also gives some 3 steps. What you need to do, you confirm your link in the email box, complete your account, and then this is a simple thank you page which is there. Okay. So now let's look at understand how the editor works, how you can create a new funnel. Okay. So if you go back to the opt-in page, and if you see let's understand this more in detail. Okay. So first things, when you have to create a new funnel, I'll say build funnel. Okay. When I say build funnel, it asks me 2 things. Do you want to use a cookbook or you want to create a new funnel with a classic funnel builder? So there are two ways you can make it. Okay. Of course, this is the most simpler way, and this is when you want to do it quickly, faster, if you know how to do it. So let's start with this. Let's create a new funnel. So it asks me 3 things. One is, do you want to create a what is your objective? Is your collect emails, or you want to sell a product, or you want to host a webinar? Remember the type of funnels which we had seen earlier? So this is for when you're selling a product, this is for hosting a webinar, this is for collect. So our opt-in page, what we will be doing is collecting emails. Okay, so let's choose this. Then it asks me, okay, give me let's say I want to give a name, say sample. Okay, I've already used one, so this is sample 2. And then it asks me for a group tag. This is up to me. This is more like a searchable field which you can use later on, right? This is a group tag I've used here. So let's say let's go to build funnel. Now it is taking us to the page that allows me to select. So there are 2 ways I can do this. I can either select an existing templates. You see here there's so many templates which are there in opt-in. Okay, I can select an existing template. Okay, or then I can change that, or I can create my completely blank, which would be, so this could be completely blank and I can create from scratch. Okay, so for the purpose of simplicity, let's take one of the templates, right? Okay, let's take this one. If you want to preview and see how does it look like, you can just click on preview and any of those and see. So okay, this is how it looks like. This is something which I had created earlier. Okay, and you see here. So so this is how it would look like, and then it also has a pop-up page. Okay. So let's click on this. Let's select this. Select template. So once you select template, it is going to bring that up here. Okay. And then you can go to edit page, click here, then it will bring the editor in front of you, and I will show you how easy it is to edit the existing one. Okay, or you can customize it based on your requirement. First, let's understand the structure of the editor. Okay, so if you see here, you have sections. Okay, you have rows, you have columns, you have elements. Okay, so let's understand what all these things are there. Okay, so if I click here, this is a section. If I click here, right, this is one of the elements, right? This is where you are looking at rows or columns. If you see here, the color changes, right? Okay, so let's look at this one. Okay, let's say I want to make it something. I want to change the text. Okay. So create your free account now. Instead of that, I want to write something else. Say get my free account now. Okay, something like that. Okay, then you say, okay, this is just one step away. Let's say I want to change the I click on settings here and see here. Let's say I want a different font. Okay, let's say I want like Oswald. Okay, it changes the font, and let's say I want to increase the font size here. See here, okay, or maybe reduce it depending on what I like to have. Okay, let's say this is fine. Right? See how it is automatically adjusting everything. Okay. Similarly here, if I click here, see, and if you see here the font, I put it as 48. Maybe I'll say, okay, make it a bit more bigger, right? And then I can, if I want, I can change the font. Let's say maybe I want to change it to Oswald. Okay, something like this, right? And if I want the bold color to be different, let's say I want it red. Does it look better? Or maybe I want it something like this. Okay, right? So I can change very easily. Then okay, now let's look at this email address. So here, okay, enter your, let's say I want to say enter your best email address. See how it is? And here I have selected input type as email. Okay? Or you have multiple options here. You can choose whichever you want based on the field which is. And let's say I want to add, a new element, which could be another input item. Okay, let's say another input. I also want to capture, instead of email, I want to capture it as a input type as, say, full name, right? And I want to say here, enter your full name here. Okay, something like this. So, and then I'll make it say as a required field because I want the name here. Okay, or it could be something like enter your first name here. That is better. So then I can change the type to first name, and I say required. See here, and I also want to have say, okay, let's go to advanced and see. I want something like icon. Icon could be like a name icon. See what happens? If I click on this, this is what comes up. Okay, see here. Okay, now let's look at this button. So the element could be a text element, it could be a input element, it could be a a button element, it could be a video element. Okay, so let's look at this button. When you click here, this is the what it. So let's say I want say, so what happens, it says submit order, submit form. What it does, it can, whatever information which is captured here will get saved into your system, right? And then we'll tell the system where to save it, which email list to save. Okay, I'll show you that also. So if I click, I say submit order and submit form, right? Then I go to settings, and then I go to integrations, and if you see integrations, it says not connected. I'll say, okay, here's Mera integration. I want to say add to list, okay, and then I'll say, okay, this is, say, I want a list where, so maybe I want to attach it to affiliate bootcamp list. Okay. So this will, so when I say affiliate bootcamp, it will go into affiliate bootcamp list. Okay. So this is how I am telling the system that when you capture this information, where it should go. Okay. Whereas in the button, I had said just save this information into the system. Now the system needs to know where it should go. So I have defined where the integration is. Okay. And then I also get, so if let's say I want to change the text here. So I'll say get my 14-day free trial now. Okay. And another thing which I say here, okay, let's look at this video. So right now what I have options here, I can choose a custom embed, YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, all these possible. Normally what I have chosen here is YouTube, and I have given the path of the YouTube video. Then I mentioned make it autoplay as on, right? Controls are off, branding is off, and block pause is no. Okay, which means they're allowed to pause it. Then the size of the video, which is what px, and instead of px, which is the original size, you can actually mention here 100, 200. So let's say if I say 100 and say 150. Okay, so according to the size can change. So if I say save it, and if I say preview, then what happens, you can see how does it look like. Okay, now based on the size of the video, if you see, it has changed. Okay, which means this is not the right size. We'll keep it to the previous one. Okay, now and there is a pop-up also. I'll explain about this. So as soon as I go out of my cursor moves out, it pops up and it gives a message here. Okay, see here again. The idea here is that a person is moving out, it is better to show him something and try to capture the email again. Okay. Right. So let's go back to our this one. So instead of the video, I'll keep it as, so the size would be, so 100, 150, I'll say px, right. So now you have understood. Now let's say I want to create another element here. Okay, let's say I want to add another section. Say I want to do a full width section. Okay, so I want to say full width. So what it does is it creates something like this. Then I say, okay, I want one column or two columns. Let's say I say keep it as one column. Then I do is element. Okay, so the element could be something like headline. Right, and I can also do is so this is a section one. I say okay, I want to take it here. So if this headline goes here. Okay, so instead of, let's say I want to move this particular thing to here. Okay, see here how easy it is for me to do this. And if I don't want this particular section, let's say I want to delete this, I can delete that. So now you see the look and feel is changed. To get my free account now, right? Step 1, enter this. Here is the video, and if you save this and preview this, this is how it will look like. Okay. So this is what I've shown is how you can use an existing template and modify it based on your requirement. Okay. You can change the text, you can change the video, you can change the elements, you can change the font, color, add new items, buttons, whatever you want, you can do that. And then there is a pop-up here. Okay. Okay, let's go back and let's understand about the pop-up. So in pop-up, you have something like this pop-up here to show you how does it look like, and I can go and change. So I says before you leave, watch this video to show you how you can quickly set up your own online business using ClickFunnels. And then there is a video. Then instead of, so let's say I want to add the name here also, right? Let's say I say, okay, in this one. So this is where the element is. And here, let me see if I can add here. Okay. So here, what I do is I add another input. So when you scroll this down, you will see so many options available. Okay. Input here, and so instead of email, so here I can change it to say input type as first name, and then enter your first name. I can remove this here, and then on the advanced, I can go and change the icon to the name icon. Okay, done. Perfect. Now let's change this to email. So I'll say this to email address. Enter your email address here. Then I'll go to advanced, and I'll go and change the icon style, icon to be say email icon. Okay, perfect. Now this looks fine, and here the link for the video is already given here. YouTube, this the autoplay off. Okay. So now we are ready. So we have changed the pop-up also. Say save. And if you click here on the button, so it says what is this action here? It says submit order, submit form. That means all the information is captured here will be submitted to your list. And where have we defined the list? We have gone to the settings and we have defined the integrations. Okay. Now let's see, go to general one. Now it says on submit, it goes to your next page. Okay. So if I go to this review, now let's say I enter my name and address, say Dheeraj, and I say then I say click on this, then what happens? Okay, it is actually bringing me back to the same page. So let's define, so let's do this, let's define this, that it should go to the next page. So let's go to settings, go to general, and on submit, go to, let's say, so for that what we need is, we need to create, understand what is the, so this has been already saved, leave. I go back to the funnel, and there I can see this is a thank you page. Okay. So let's go to the thank you page. So here, let's set this thank you page as. First, we look at the options in the thank you page. Okay, let's go to the templates which are there. Okay, this is a template which I want to choose. I select that. Then it will show me the template of the thank you page which I selected. Then I say go to edit page. Okay. So if you see, the whole software is very simple to use. It is like drag and drop, cut and paste. There's no technical things which are required here. Okay, so it says this. There are 3 steps. Right? So let's make some changes here. So let's say I want to change the image here. I will go to image. I want to select my own logo. Let's say this is my logo, Massimo logo. I'll say add image. See here, the image has been changed. If I want to size it, let's say I want to make it 200. So instead of 200, I want to make it say 400. Let's assume. Does it look okay? Image height is based on it has taken accordingly. Let's assume this is the one. Thank you for signing up. If I want to change some text, I can go here and change it. I want to do this, right? If I want to go and change the color of this text, I can go to settings. I can go to the text color. Let's say I want to make it like this, right? Something like that. And then I want to do something this. I want to make any changes. So here I want to change the name of the company. Let's say I'll say Massimo Products. Okay. So what this thank you page is going to do is say thank you for signing up. We just sent you confirmation to your email address because we had captured that initially. You will get access to and after that. So this is what it is. Let's say okay. Save. Now I have changed the thank you page. It asks me from SEO purpose some text so that it saves for your SEO factor. So let's say I say this is the thank you page. Just to, you can add whatever you want in terms of description. Thank you page. Just for the simplicity, I am doing it. Right? Author could be like could be your social image, whatever you want. Okay? And then so now we have the thank you page defined. So now let's save this. Okay. Now let's see what happens. So when I look at a preview, see how does it look like. So this is how your thank you page is going to look like. Okay. If your logo is too big, then we can make it small. I think what we can do is make it maybe 200. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now let's go to okay. Now let's go back. So I'm going back to the opt-in page. Let's see how does it look like. And so if I want to see, okay, one more thing which I need to do here is let's go to automation. Automation. What I need to do is define that I need to add a new action. I will say add to list and with which list? So I'm going to use affiliate bootcamp list. Okay. And who is going to cover everyone? ClickFunnels internal add to list. This is what you need to do. So what am I doing is I am telling the funnel that you need to send all the data which you are collecting to this particular list. Okay. So I'll say create action funnel. Now this list is already created and it is already so it is linked to this affiliate bootcamp. Let's say I want to make a new list. Let's say I want to make a new list. I go to Actionetics, right? I create a new list. I give it a name. Let's say I'll say this is for test email 2. Okay, and if I want to give a tag, it could be something like affiliate. Okay. Let's say create a new list. Okay. So here what I have done is I have created a new list. Now let's go back to our funnel, and there so what I'm doing is I'm going back to the funnel. This was done, and here I will have to go to the automation. So here I had put it on, so I'm going to edit this. So affiliate bootcamp. Now I want to change it to list 2. I say add to list. I say test email 2. That's all you have to do. Okay. So I've created a list. I've connected to the opt-in page, right? And now let's go to the opt-in page again. And I'm going to look at the settings there. Okay. Okay guys, looks like the video is getting longer, so I'm going to cut short it here. So let's look at the settings. Then we are going to say here general, that is to the next page. Fine. And look at integration. Right. Add to list affiliate. Instead of that, I'll say remove integration. I'll say okay, select integration. This one. Right. This is an email integration here. I'll say add to list. And then I will select which is the list we had taken. I think that's not, so I'll say refresh. Oh yes, here it is. Okay, so now it is connected. Okay, so only these things you will have to do, and then you say save. Okay, so once this is done, we will just test it once again and see if it is fine. So here it is. Okay. And let's look at, let's say merge. Let's say click on this. Then what happens? It takes you to the thank you page, and your email is set up. Okay. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to connect your auto email responder to this. Okay guys, see you in the next video.